Guys, I am not a signal provider. Sometimes I'm very close to a signal provider, but I'm mostly an educator, and that's why I make these videos. And today I'm going over low time frame Bitcoin accumulation, and I'm going to show you how you could have traded this perfectly, okay? You tap supply right there. Let's build context first, go back in time, and you tap supply, grab liquidity. So a very good short POI to form a distribution and go lower, especially with this monthly candle right here. I couldn't find the word. This monthly candle, which had this very small wick, which means this probably is gonna be taken out, and you want price to go lower to that monthly low, okay? But that will be a perfect POI to distribute, but at a very low time frame. The context like that matters way less. I already went back in time. I don't know why TradingView is tripping, but let's go back in time again and let's see how you could have traded. What is this? How you could have traded this? But we're back, and what happens here? We are tapping supply. We went higher, made a low, made a lower high, and then we were ranging. Okay. So what do you do when you're in a downtrend? You make a lower high, you draw your range from low to high, and that is the range you're watching, okay? But this is internal structure. So when you see this and you go on a higher time frame and you see on a 15-minute, this is just not even structure. So you see structure is going like this. It's going higher. It makes a higher low and then a lower high. So what do? You draw your range from low to high, okay? So this is your range, and now you're watching for a deviation of the range. And of course you're not watching for an internal distribution right here, because you have this high you want to take out. For a distribution, you're watching this, boom, and then this, and then you could distribute. Then you have your 1, 2, and 3, okay? But for now, we could potentially accumulate, especially with an order block right there. Let's watch some demand zones we have. This is inefficiency you can fill. Let's watch if there's valid demand. You have this liquidity point move down, but that's not that significant. There isn't really any good looking demand right there on the 5 minute. Yeah, you can use it for demand. Why can you use it? Because this is a big inefficiency, you want to fill this inefficiency, so it's important to take out this low to fill those inefficiencies. You see price is going lower aggressive, price is going higher aggressive, and it leaves this inefficiency. All right, so you want to fill that and come into that demand to go higher, okay? That's how inefficiency and liquidity works. On a higher time frame, this is your whole demand zone. Why? Because on a higher time frame, this becomes your demand zone, leaving an inefficiency right there. So this is gonna be your big inefficiency, okay? And this is gonna be your demand zone. 2 candles down, boom, going up. So you want to go in that demand preferably and form a model, okay? So that's the context. We are in a very nice range right now, very low time frame. So the higher time frame context matters less. This is very low time frame, and there's your deviation grabbing that low indeed, okay? What happens here? Price goes higher, and this is going to be your first deviation, aka your tap 2. This is your tap 1, tap 2, and price is in a range, it deviates the range. So what happens when we go higher? We take out some liquidity, go lower, okay? So we take out this liquidity, as you can see, and we go lower. That's not the best thing for an accumulation, because you want to leave those highs intact. There isn't any supply above, so that's very nice for a good return zone. And now we're gonna watch what is our tap 3 POI gonna be. And what I like about this trade is that your tap 3 POI is clear as fuck, because you have this demand right here. Boom, boom. Like it cannot be more obvious. What the structure is saying? Structure is going higher, makes a higher low, makes a higher high, makes a higher low. Okay, that's your structure. So this is gonna be your extreme demand, because this is your first move up, going down, leaving inefficiency. This is gonna be your extreme demand. Price touches this, break structure, you have an trade. But preferably, to be honest, you want to see a model 1 here because then they are mitigating this this demand right there. So that's gonna be your preferred scenario, but you can trade both. What is very nice here is that you didn't have a distribution, because then it often leaves market maker supply, which is going to be a less good of a return to zone, okay? Which is more likely for your model to fail. I was saying in previous videos, this you get very often a distribution in here to go to your tap 3, okay? But then it didn't leave market maker demand. So that it was going like this, was going like this, and then you had a slow move down, and then it was going to a tap 3, okay? Then you're leaving those highs. I hope you understand. Okay, good. Let's see what happens when we go into the POI, okay? And when you just mitigate that, you're mitigating it. You're not deviating your tap 1 almost. You come very close to that point. You break structure. What is your structure break gonna be? Boom, boom. And is this valid? No, this is not even a completely valid break, but because you don't have 2 candles going up. Does it look clean? Yes, it does look clean, okay? So you can enter a part of your position right there, and another part of your position right here at the higher time frame break. Their average position is gonna be right here. Boom, stop goes below the tap 3, and then you're targeting the range high. And you're not only targeting the range high, because what was I talking about? What was the context? Pause this video and ask yourself, what is this gonna be? Because you want to form a distribution. Remember, this is not a good high. One mitigation of the supply doesn't make a good high. This makes a good high, okay? Because then you have your tap 1, tap 3, tap 1, tap 2, tap 3. You have a Wyckoff distribution, and then you can go lower, okay? That's a good high. But one mitigation isn't a good high. So what are you targeting? Yes, this range high, and yes, this extreme liquidity, but you target this high as well, because you want an accumulation going over into a higher time frame distribution. That is your context saying you want to distribute. And when you want to distribute, and when you see the straight, you see price is indeed going higher and going to the target, and it takes its time, but eventually there's your target hit, and there is you just take some profit right here, you take profit right there, and you take your full position profit right there, okay? Because you don't want a runner on this trade, okay? So you take your full profit right there, and there is your trade for a very nice RR. This is a 5 RR trade if you took full profit here. And yeah, wonderful, just wonderful. And when you proved yourself in the gulag, you can come in the circle, guys, and it's not that hard. Like, we have so many people on our watch list, new people joining the circle every week. So join the circle, use the link in my bio, and join the circle. Just prove yourself in the gulag, and then you're going on the watch list, and then we will add you in the circle. Okay, guys, hard work works. See you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.